How much this cost? What will this be? Am I gonna spend too much or too less? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to teach you how to estimate these properties without having a contractor present, and how to estimate the rehab so you can put offers in on these deals when you're looking at them on the MLS. How do you do this? If you watch the whole series that I created on how to do scope of work or how to estimate these projects, you'll learn a thing or two of how to estimate these projects and make them work for you when you're trying to put offers in on these deals. Most of us get so overwhelmed with trying to figure out how much this costs. What will this be? Am I gonna spend too much or too less? Hey, if you watch this video, you get a good understanding of how to do scope of work or how to budget to do your fix and flip or do your BRRRR method. Let's get into the video. All right, so first thing first, when you're trying to do estimates on properties, here are key things you look out for first, which is your mechanicals. What are your mechanicals? I'm gonna say it over and over throughout this whole video. AC definitely has to go for sure. So I just checked the inside unit for the AC and I checked the outside unit. You need to replace the AC. For this size house, which is 1488 square feet, you're probably gonna need a 2.5 ton unit for this. You could probably do a 3 ton. You're probably gonna spend at least $6,000 for this. So budget that in. Plumbing, now the plumbing is not as bad. You can see that they did some adjustments here. That's not as bad. So based on my experience flipping houses, looking at this bathroom, you should be okay to keep the plumbing and just do a few things, changing out the valves for the sink, also for the bathrooms, toilet, and also a stand-up shower. So you guys should be okay. You don't have to do a full repipe here, but if you did have to do a full repipe, I would budget $6,000. But based on what I see now, you could probably budget anywhere between $2,000 for the plumbing in this house, all right? Electrical. Okay, so I just looked at the electrical. You're gonna have to do the electrical in this whole house. Meaning you're gonna have to do a complete rewire. Why is that? Because I noticed that it has cloth wire. You see this big wire up top right here? That's called cloth wire. Ask your insurance company if it's acceptable to use cloth wire in your house. That's what I was saying, why you have to upgrade the electrical right there. It's cloth wire. And the panel is not up to date. When I was talking about the electrical panel, you can see it here. It's a Federal Pacific. You won't be able to use this. You have to change the panel, upgrade it. That's what I was saying that you guys have to do to update it. It needs at least a 250 breaker in there, or 200 or 250. You might need electrical. How much will that electrical cost you? It can cost you anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000 to rewire this whole house. Roof is still in great condition. Let's zoom in here. Good condition. I'm just kidding. So I just got done examining the roof. This roof is good. You don't have to spend money on the roof. I think the lifespan of it is good. So you don't have to spend no money on the roof. So that's a good thing. That's a plus, all right? But if you did have to spend money on this roof, you may spend anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000. But in this case, we're gonna have to do it. And windows. For the windows for this property, they all are in okay condition, which means they're not bad or they're not good, but they are old. Do you want to replace the windows? In this house, I would tell you right now, each window that you see, like for example, this right here is a double window that's being held up by a mold bar, which this is one window, two windows. You might make a mistake of thinking it's all one window. Each window is gonna cost you $300 to remove and install with a new window. Sometimes it could be $350. So right now, we're already at $700 just for these two windows. Now, the windows do work, but depending on the type of the client you're trying to serve, you might be able to keep this, or some loan products might say the windows are too old. But in my opinion, I might keep these windows. This is what I mean about the windows. Some of it's in good shape, some of it's not. This is just a screen. I'm not sure if the glass is broken. It's not. So the windows are in good condition, like I mentioned. You could replace it or not. Not sure I have the tape. It could be for moisture, so you may want to reseal this thing up. Let's take a look at the rest of the windows. This window is good. The window here in the kitchen seems to be functioning. It's not broken. That's good. Window here, this bedroom is good. Privacy window in the bathroom. That's something to look out for. Good. All these windows are good. So you don't have to replace them. These are the things you need to look out first before doing anything when you're trying to flip a house. These are the things that can be very costly. So now that we got the mechanicals out the way, let's get into the cosmetics. The cosmetics are gonna be your drywall, flooring, doors, kitchen, bathrooms, baseboards, and your trims. These type of things. Right now I'm in the kitchen. How much would it cost to fix this kitchen right here? I would say the kitchen is gonna cost you anywhere between $7,000 to $9,000. This includes your cabinets, your countertops, your faucet, and I would say your appliances, but that would be the $9,000 range. Keep a buffer in there for $1,000. I would say 10,000 total, but you can get away with it if you watching the numbers. All right, for the remaining part of the video, I'm gonna do the rest of this outside because the lighting on the inside is not the best. So I'm gonna go down and break down everything for your costs of what it'll be and tally it all the way up at the end. You'll have a full summary. So let's talk about paint. To paint this house on the outside is gonna cost you $3,500. To paint this house on the inside is gonna cost you $3,000. That includes the material and the labor to get this done. Now you guys may get, better pricing, but I'm just giving you generalized specific numbers that is fair on market standards. The flooring, you're in luck. You don't have to do the floor if you don't want to. You can actually keep it clean and polish it up. You don't have to spend money on the flooring. Only thing you might have to spend money on is the baseboard, which will probably cost you $1,500 to do the baseboards. But you opt in to do the floors and do the LVP. This house is 1,488 square feet. I would tell you to multiply that by 4, and then you get your flooring costs. That's how you'd be able to do that. Let's get into the bathrooms. For each bathroom, I'm gonna budget $3,500 to $4,000, but let's keep it $4,000 per bathroom. That's $8,000 to redo everything in the bathroom. What does that include? That includes your tile, your labor, your toilet, your vanity, your faucet, and your plumbing underneath to get all of that done. Now let's get into the remaining portion. This house has a garage. It's a 1-car garage. But the garage door looks like it's not working or functional at all. The garage door doesn't look like it's holding completely. It may work, may not, but budget that in. I would say for the garage, you're probably gonna spend around $500 for the motor. And if you have to replace the door, I would say another $1,500. That could be a $2,000 expense right there. The next thing on the list that we need to talk about here is the doors. Some of the doors are in good condition. So that's one of the things that investors always overlook is the closet doors, the bedroom doors. Doors here are good. I would say the budget to be cautious, $1,000 for doors because the exterior door leading to the outside is bad and it's broken. So something else that I want to note in this house particularly is the outside. Now this is the backyard. I didn't factor in clean out for this. I would say demo, one thing I didn't focus on the video, I would say demo is gonna be about $2,000. Some of the wood is rotted. You can see it's sagging. We have to replace that. So I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna budget at least $2,000. That's including your labor and material to replace all of that. Another thing I want you guys to think of when you're doing these projects is, am I doing trim? Are you replacing the casing around the doors? Just to kind of make the house look better. So if you are, I would budget between $250 to $500. One more thing I want to talk about in this video that's gonna help you tremendously when you're doing these projects, never overlook drywall. A painter's job is not to fix drywall. If you have drywall repairs in the house, you have to pay and fix them. So this is some of the examples of drywall work I was mentioning. If you can see a difference here, here's skim coat, here's semi-popcorn. You have to fix that. Another thing is here, drywall repair has to get fixed right here. You can see that too as well. And here too as well, different in consistency. See drywall, all that has to get fixed. I'm gonna say for this house, you're gonna budget $1,500 for all the drywall repairs that needs to get done. And also it has some big holes to patch it up to make it look good and get it looking good so you can actually list the house better.